So let's get into this situation now. So we've got the iPhone, I type Gucci, um, and we're on 10.3 now. I've got the beta service, so I really should update to the normal one. But anyway, like I said, we're moments away from iOS 11. But if you're like me, or you're someone that's got an iPhone, or you've come from Android and you've gone on to iPhone, you know, most people now have a Google account. So if you've got YouTube, you're likely to have a Google account or whatever it is. Okay, I'm going to show you a few things. So you can see here, let me just try and get some focus and bring that ISO down. It's terrible. Ooh, let's drag the ISO down. There we go. Okay, cool. So yeah, so I'm going to show you exactly what we're talking about here, guys. All right. So let's turn this down a little bit more. I've got this background really bad. Anyway, so first things first. I went to the App Store and I downloaded. There are videos on YouTube about how to get the Google experience. But this is going to be my version. I'm going to start with the Google app. Reason being, if you've got the Google app, this interface here is what you would get like on a Nexus or Pixel, and you could just swipe to the left, and you'd be presented with this page, which is where you'll have all of your cards. So on iOS, you know, this is something that's going to be similar to this page here, where you can have different cards or whatever with with bits and pieces of information. But this is the Google app, and it's perfect. It tells you your weather. It gives you, you can tell it what sort of news you're interested in. It tells you about all the different news there and then. If you've got deliveries, it will give you your delivery information that's coming up, when your next delivery is due and that sort of thing. If you've got calendar schedules and things like that, it will tell you all here. So, and obviously you've got the ability to search here as well, which is cool. This thing, you can search and use it like the internet if you want, or you can actually use Google Chrome. So that's why I like this, because, it gives you that flexibility. And you've got tabs in here as well. So that's cool. In addition to that, this is where you can use OK Google on iOS. So here we go. Hey Google, OK Google, what's going on today? So yeah, there we go. It's perfect. And OK Google is actually that's going to keep happening. Anyway, that is actually more efficient and smarter than any other voice assistant right now. So one of the many examples I use is my deliveries. If I've got deliveries that are scheduled and I want to find out about those without having to go into my email application and physically look and check in different applications of what's going on, I can say, OK Google, tell me about my deliveries. OK Google, let's try that again. OK Google, tell me about my deliveries. So, and it just brings up all my deliveries that I've got. It tells me whether it's been shipped, whether it's been delivered, whether or not it's expected. And it pulls that information from my emails, I believe. So if I've got an Amazon account or an eBay account, and I use my Gmail to set up that account, obviously they're going to send me an email to say, okay, your purchase has been confirmed. So obviously we're going to be delivering your product on this date. So this application actually pulls all of that information from my email and presents it to me here. And it's able to do that, through me asking it a question just like that. Whereas with Siri, it still doesn't have that capability. And this works both on Android and on iOS, so that's fantastic. So if I was to say, hey Siri, hey Siri, hey Siri, Okay, see? Tell me about my deliveries.
That may be beyond my abilities at the moment.
You see? So some of you out there might be saying, okay, but you still got to unlock your phone and go to the Google app and say, okay, Google, in order for that to work. I can't wait for the day that iOS allows more third-party control so that I could say something like, okay, Google from the home screen, and then it, it works like that. But, this has to be open in order for that to happen. So one of the many things I do to get around that is I say, hey, Siri, open the Google app. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. What's going on tomorrow? That is one of the many ways you can get around that. That's just the Google app. And again, it's perfect. And, that's the homepage there. So you've got your voice assistant good and ready to go. It's more intuitive. There are so many videos showing you how OK Google is more intuitive than the likes of Siri at the moment. So, that's just one of the examples. And then you've also got this page here, which tells you about your agenda, your stocks, and other things related to what you're actually interested in. So this right now has got my appointment for the cinema, for example, which is quite cool. And again, that pulls that up from your calendar. So not the stock iOS calendar, but like I said, I use a Google calendar. So all I do, to get yourself started, I just go to the App Store and you just go to search, and I'll just type Google, and from there you'll get the Google app straight away, and then Chrome as well. I've downloaded that, and then you can just click on Google Inc, and then obviously it shows you all of the Google apps that are available to download. So the ones I've got, obviously, like YouTube. I use Google Maps. I'll tell you why in a moment. Google Chrome as well. I used Gmail, but unlike on the Android, if you use the Gmail app, you're able to also put like your Hotmail account in there so that you can use it for your many different accounts. But this on the iOS, it only allows you to use Gmail accounts. So, yeah. And then Google Home, you can use that as well. So, for example, some of you might have asked, okay, well, what if you've got smart home products that you've got linked up to your iOS? I might drop a small video following up my experience to the smart home Philips Hue lights that I had. I was using my Apple Watch to control them. It's quite cool. But anyway, so you can still download Google Home and probably connect your devices to that through this application. Like my televisions are hooked up to this application right here. And then, Google Docs is great, but I don't have that. Hangouts, again, I don't use that too often, but it's a great way. Google Photos, most definitely. You get the picture. This is where you can find all of the Google applications. Play Music is another one that I use on an everyday basis. So, that was a Google app.